Troy, you think you'll enjoy prison? I don't know. What?
What's it called?
It's called Nextdoor, but I think we should. So I think we should take a look at Nextdoor / Facebook, just like the community group where everyone posts everything.
Right.
And I mean, you asked me to.
And just so you know, people don't know what this is. They need to download it because.
Oh, okay. So you need to download Nextdoor, put your address in, and connect with the people in your neighborhood. It has had many good things, you know.
You can connect with them, or you can realize how stupid your neighbors are, or how ridiculous they are sometimes.
Ridiculous would be the better word. I think, okay, I know you asked me to get like 5 ridiculous ones, but it's so hard to dig through. So literally in the next week, I could get you 5 ridiculous ones.
No.
But
I'm about to go solo on this podcast.
No.
If I can't get Jason, then...
Excuse me, I'm doing a kind deed for you.
Oh, are you?
Yeah, I am. I have a lot better things I could be doing right now.
Taking a nap?
Yeah, to start with.
Anyways, go ahead.
Coming from the guy who's like, oh, Zeke didn't wake up at all last night, did he? And I'm like, no. He woke up like 3 or 4 times.
It's not my fault. I slept right through that.
I was out. Yeah, not me. Anyways, I think the best one that I was like, is this person ridiculous? Is they were getting crazy for somebody putting a vacuum in their trash can. And I didn't have a problem with it. Hey, my trash can's full.
So they put it in somebody else's trash can?
Put it in their neighbor's trash
can.
Bro,
I'd be livid.
Would you really?
Hell yeah, that's my trash can.
I hope you're kidding right now.
No, I'm not. That's my trash can. Dude, I would get so pissed if our neighbor did that. Not this guy, but that guy. Are you? I'm being for real right now.
So you rather their junk just out on the street?
No, you know what you can do? Put that vacuum right next to it.
Yeah, and then it's not going to get picked up.
Well, guess what?
The trash people do not get out of their cars.
You mean their trucks?
Yes.
Okay then, dude, save it for next week. That's not my fault. Like, don't put it in somebody else's trash.
My mind's blown right now.
Okay then, so if you make that argument, so it doesn't matter what people put in your trash, right?
As long as the trash is going out that day.
Okay.
Don't walk up my driveway to throw your shit in my stuff.
Okay.
If it's on the curb.
So my argument then with that then, what does it matter if I do recycle or not?
Okay, that's a whole different issue.
No. But your argument is you don't care what people are putting in your trash. What if the guy put it in the wrong trash? Was it recycle or not?
Oh, I'd be mad if he put trash in my recycle. But if he put trash in the trash, no. If he put recycle in my recycle, not a problem. But don't mix them. I already have 2 people.
I need some common courtesy. I need him to leave me a note and tell me, hey, I'm throwing away my stuff in your trash. It's common courtesy. Is it not?
Leave you a note? Would you like him to, like, leave you a love letter?
Just say, hey,
Then knock on the door and say, hey, can I use your trash can?
But we're not home during the day. That's what I'm saying. So you probably put it there. All I'm saying is, give me some notification that, hey, man, I did use your trash can. You know, sorry. If you have an issue with it, or whatever it might be.
Put it in there after he goes to work and make sure the trash gets there before he comes home.
Okay, that too.
There you go, neighbors.
Oh, that too. Yeah, you can do it that way, but I'm just saying. Common courtesy, Mandy. This world needs it.
I honestly would just rather them use my trash can if they... Okay.
That's the Jackson in you, though.
No, my dad's digging through your trash.
My mom used to get pissed off because the neighbor grass was really bad. Like, that's how I grew up. Like, my mom got mad because somebody had a boat in the corner and it was rusting up or it just wasn't being used, so she called the city on it. She was trying to get the city to come in and let them know. And I think she did.
It's alive.
I know.
You think he'll go back to bed?
I don't know. I think you might hear her voice. We get to put a pause on this probably. To be continued. Now we're back.
Hold on. So while I was trying to put him to sleep, I came to the conclusion. Well, one, I think how the lady approached it about the trash can, which I'm going to have to try to dig and see if I can find.
Just so you know, we're back from put anything down. This is what this podcast is really hard to do.
Come to.
Yeah.
I think she was rude about it. Like threatening, like, don't ever do that again, or blah, blah, blah. I'll have to find it. You really think that's okay?
No. Her approach is still wrong, but what he did wasn't okay either.
Which I was going to follow up. I get your point of common courtesy. Hey, can I throw something in your bin?
Yeah.
But to me, it's not the end of the world. I would rather see it in a trash can than on the streets of our neighborhood. That's the point I have.
So, right.
But I do get the common courtesy.
You know what person would do something like that without asking? Your father. He's a prime example of somebody that would just say, "I'm going to use that." Because I get your concept and your idea of saying that it's all going to go in the same place. But right?
My dad would do it to the concept of how you said, I would care if this neighbor did it, but not that neighbor. Okay. Like, he would put it in one neighbor's, but not the others. Okay. That is where dad is.
Well, yeah, because he's going to go do it too, you know. Well, no, I think he has pretty good neighbors and love you around. But, yeah, no, I think, one, do you really need to put it on, it's kind of like an old person's Facebook in a sense for your neighbors. So I think that's where, does she really need to complain about it? Because can she take it up with that neighbor? Of course.
Well, she probably didn't know who put it there. It was just excessive. Yeah. I'm going to look for the post so I can quote it verbatim.
Or just be a smart ass. Just say, hey, can you please not put your shit in my stuff, please?
Yeah, it wasn't that.
Oh. Was it a Karen move?
It was like Karen squared.
Yeah, but no, yeah, but I think we'll find a lot of random stuff there. Like I'm even thinking about doing the date for the neighbors that have the workout bench on. I think they sell that stuff.
Oh, someone did. There is a post about that.
Oh, okay.
It says that they sell it. Whatever you'd call it.
Yeah, but sell that stuff and put it somewhere else. Like,
yeah, did you see it's like on the side of the yard? Yeah. The truck,
yeah, and not to say like our neighborhood is up and coming, but dude, all you're doing is making it like a Merino Valley. Like,
no, but that's the point.
Don't take it there, bro. You know.
Okay, I don't think you need to call names, but...
No. Most people would know what I was talking about in this area. That would be like, dude, I know what you're talking about.
No, but that's the point. Like, you need... Our neighborhood is new. Take care of it now so it doesn't get trashy.
So, like, with that, like,
we're not HOA.
how would you approach it? Like, should somebody go and say, hey, man, like, I really think you need to, like, knock it off, or... Like, what's the right approach? And not using that app, or, you know, in addressing something with the neighbor. What would be the solution for that?
I don't think there is a solution. And this is where you get into the debate of HOA versus no HOA.
Oh, hell no, I won't go HOA.
Yeah, and that's what someone put. Because someone was like, how do we turn this into HOA? And then that's a whole nother. And so the other people
that's like a trickle effect with everything else.
Hell no, don't make this a HOA kind of thing.
Yeah. Well, that's the whole thing with using the park down the street. You know, people, we need to make it, you know, gated community. For what, dude? Like...
I like the gated community part.
Actually, surprisingly, because we're using that field, there's actually a lot of people that use it. Mm-hmm. It's pretty busy. There's a lot of kids that are playing basketball, and there's family members running around. It's pretty cool.
It wouldn't be hard to make it a gated community. You would have
the one entrance.
You'd have 3 entrances.
Yeah.
And it wouldn't be that hard. Mm-hmm. Like, I wouldn't mind a gated community.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it wouldn't be that bad, but you're gonna pay for it. You're gonna pay for that.
We do pay for it. We pay horrendous taxes.
I know, but you're saying that, but they're looking at it as okay. But I feel like if you even go gated community here, they're gonna go, oh well, now we're adding that feature. Now we're gonna bump it up a little more.
But here's the thing: does the county, city make gated communities, or is that a HOA thing? That's why I think. Oh. Right. Like, I think it's a private thing versus...
It could be a private thing,
like, we pay horrendous property taxes. Mm-hmm. I don't think they would manage a gated community. Yeah. That's the difference.
Pick and choose your battles?
Yeah, it is what it is.
Like, how do you...
hold on.
How do you keep the people from Sandals Church coming in, you know what I'm saying?
No, I don't have a problem with them.
Well, I have a problem with their building, that they're always painting it.
I liked the wood frame on the outside, people. If you want to go back to that.
What wood frame?
Remember how where it's white now, it was used to be wood.
No, now it's gray. So.
And that mural that was on the side, like I feel bad for the person who painted that.
Yeah, that does actually kind of suck. Think about it.
Oh, what were you gonna... Property taxes. What did you say? Damn.
Short-term memory loss.
Mhm.
Yeah. So, yeah, no, I think you would still pay. Yeah, I just think they would figure some way out to jack up the price some way, somehow. But why would you? I don't know. Why would you even try to do that when?
The other one that gets me on Nextdoor all the time is people who complain about the property taxes. People get crazy like, oh my god, the property taxes went up horrendously, blah, blah, blah. But no, it's if you looked at your contract when you bought the house, the property taxes were going to be such and such amount. Your first year, your house is still assessed as land, not your house. So it's half the cost, basically.
Right.
And people don't look at that, and they get into this whole tizzy about it. And I'm like, I knew exactly how much our property taxes.
One, you're a money person, and I was even talking about that earlier when it's like they say a lot of successful people they're really good with money. You know, they know how to make money work for them. You don't work for money in a sense. So, but you're just really good on following that direction in a sense, on reading your contracts, and you're really going through and you actually know what to look for. There's a lot of people that, like myself, if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't know what I'm reading or what I'm looking for.
Yeah.
You know? So,
I'll give that one to Dad.
Yeah. Well, yeah,
Dad would have inside of it.
I understand that. So, yeah, no, it goes. So, anyways, the whole reason why I'm bringing the argument up is because I know they're talking about the fireworks and stuff. So,
wait, can I complain one more thing about the property taxes?
Yeah, go for it. Because everybody wants to hear about property taxes.
No, this is for anyone in our community that listens. No, the other thing is that our property taxes are horrendously high. And I guess since like 1997 or something, we pay like a tremendous amount.
In like Riverside or California? In
High Grove community.
Oh.
In our little city right here.
Mm-hmm.
That we pay that there's supposed to be a designated sheriff that just does High Grove right here.
I seen him once in a while.
No, and that's what people are pissed. But he's not a designated for just our area. They took that away in like 97. So they've been fighting, and they like on.
Is it on? Damn, why am I butchering that app? What's it called?
Nextdoor.
Nextdoor. Do they know that it's been not?
Yeah, it's always in the High Grove Happenings paper. That he talks about it and updates it. Come to city meeting, fight this, because they would do a lot to get that off our property taxes.
Yeah.
But that's it. That's my rant on property taxes.
Well, so, okay. Yeah, because he only comes out randomly and stuff. But I've noticed that a lot of people are not parking like douches anymore, like the wrong way. Can't stand that stuff, dude.
I park the wrong way every morning at Mom's house.
Yeah, but that's expected in that area. And stuff, so. Yeah, no, that drives me crazy. I hate people that park the wrong direction. And, like, am I a douche that I hate when people park in front of my house that I don't know who they are? Like, I just can't stand that. Like, you have an area for your own space. Why do you gotta go over to mine? That just bugs me.
But does it bother you then when people come to our house and park in front of someone else's house?
That's why I make extra parking a lot of times.
But not to throw Jason under the bus, but Jason parks in front of our neighbors.
Yeah, that is kind of douchey and stuff. Every week, he hasn't been here in a while. Yeah,
every time he comes over.
Yeah, it is kind of douchey. So Jason, stop parking in front of my neighbor's house, bro.
You're okay.
No,
they're cool.
Park in front of my house. And start. Yeah, I didn't even think about that. Yeah, it's kind of douchey move on his part. That's that white privilege. No.
So you probably have more white privilege than all the white people you know.
Yeah, because I could do a lot of stuff actually and stuff. So I actually was like, not to get in too much into all this going on. But I was telling somebody today at work, I'm like, they're gonna take away a lot of stuff from us in a sense, like what we used to watch or what certain brands are gonna change. Like, there's a good chance that, like, if somebody catches wind of it, like, I know somebody is, because if I found it, I know somebody else is gonna find it, and they can blow it up to any kind of way. So the word greaser was actually a term used for, like, Hispanic people, like Mexicans crossing the border, and they were called greasers. So in 1947, when a lot of immigrants were crossing the border in Mexico, they would call them greasers. That's in the newspaper. They would call them, like, as like a slang word to, like, bring them down in a sense. They would call them greasers, which the other term, what a lot of people know it's called greasers, is, the guys with slick hair, Fonzie and stuff like that, right? The movie Grease, so, but at a certain point, in certain time in history, it was actually used as a word for Mexicans.
So, do you know what rebels?
Mm-mm.
So that's a new one that's taken heat.
Really?
So any of the college, what is?
Oh yeah, the rebels. Yeah.
All of them are having to rebrand
the Red Rebels.
themselves.
That's ridiculous. You need to try, like, you can go back to do it with the Redskins, the Cowboys, like.
I was listening third party to this conversation that they were talking about that, the rebels are rebranding, and then someone was like, yeah, they're
the
gonna
Red Raiders.
I
think they're called Red Raiders. Oh no, that's Red. No, what the
Rebels.
Oh, you could.
Isn't it like Nevada?
They are Nevada, but I think Rebels too as well is
a whole bunch of high school places.
Yeah, but
wait, hold on.
Eli Manning went there. Trying to blink right now.
So
Old Miss.
So then the other person was like, yeah, and like the Vikings and then someone's like, I don't think the Vikings are gonna have a problem. No one's gonna complain about that.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
There's the other person in the conversation was pointing out, it seems like this is all they're gonna just start demantling. I'm not saying that word right.
Demantling or demonetizing? Or
no, that's money.
No.
They'll keep going at taking, changing all this stuff until someone's finally like,
enough is enough.
Enough's enough, basically.
Well, dude, you would think that they would have stopped that Paw Patrol. Like, dude, Paw Patrol, really? I just thought they would.
I don't even get Paw Patrol because it showed a dog who was a cop in a good manner.
Mm-hmm. I remember growing up, a lot of people, even myself, was like, "Ooh, cop, fireman. That's what you want to be when you grow up. You want to be a cop or fireman." Because watching all these shows and really, like, made you like, "Oh, cop and fireman,"
Yeah.
So, but I think, yeah, obviously we're not gonna get into that, but
so that is one thing, like, I read or saw somewhere, like, usually, like, with kids, you're like, oh, what do you want to be? A cop, a fireman, a nurse, like, a doctor,
Yeah.
So I've, like, because there's some, like, there was some connotation, not in a negative way of those careers, but, like, you don't offer the kids other options. So, like, whenever I talk to kids, I'm always like, you want to be a plumber, you want to be an electrician, you want to, like, I mix them all in there,
Well, just you having an awareness in what you're really saying.
Yeah.
But
I think everyone's always locked into, the stand jobs.
Well, that's what I used to make an argument with how people look up to cops or military or firemen or something like that. Like, and I get it, they have very tough jobs and hard jobs, not to take away from that, but there's a lot more difficult jobs out there in a sense, but they're all like, oh, they're frontline, this and this, but I've met cops and stuff like that are pieces of crap and stuff like that, and I think we got to take a step back too, as well as not saying, oh, he's a cop, he's a good person, just.
But going back to the conversation that we always have, because there are plenty of good cops.
No, right.
Don't take away from that.
Correct.
But just as in every career, a bad person is a bad person.
Correct, yes.
Whether it's a bad accountant, whether it's a bad doctor, whether it's a bad cop. Good people are going to be good people regardless of their career, and bad people are going to be bad people regardless of their career.
And I think where I was trying to go with that is, it was that it's such a hard position to be in when you're a cop or a fireman, because the standard for you is so high that everybody put that standard, cops and firemen, they're up here and stuff like that, which that's your guy, that's whoever people or society that created that well, you shouldn't have put him that high and stuff. I get that they have really hard and their front line and things in that sort, but society did that as they branded him, hey, this high up and superior and stuff like that, which, there's different ways you could have done that.
I think they see a lot of things that a lot of us don't, and a lot of us would never want to see.
Oh.
Because
I know, remember talking to cops here and there, and they were telling me, it's like, a little girl being raped, 6 years old, that's just a normal day. That just is something I deal with every single day. A mom selling their little kid for money and stuff, just to, just treat him like whatever. That's just a normal day. That's what they see every day. That's why the lifespan of a lot of cops are not that, they don't last that long. After working those night shifts for that long and putting that wear and tear in your body, seeing what you see and things you're not supposed to see. That's why a lot of them are, turning alcoholics. They drink a lot. They can't have a family life. It's very, very difficult for them to have a family life, depending on, I think, areas that you're in. But it's definitely a lot of kids are not gonna. Definitely what's going on now. A lot of kids growing up now, they're not gonna want to be cops, and I think that's where it sucks, because you want to learn from history, you want to learn from your mistakes, and I think a lot of this kids' generation are going to see some certain things that are happening now, and I hope that to say, you know what, I want to make a difference, I want to change, and their approach is changing.
Well, it's definitely under a magnifying glass currently.
Correct, yeah.
But I mean, whether everything that has happened has been with bad intentions, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it, honestly, to me, it all just goes back to, bad people versus good people, regardless of your career.
Well, yeah, I think there's a lot of these.
Is it a little different because they have lethal weapons at their hands?
Yeah, and I think it's difficult to make that decision at that moment, and I think that each case is different, case by case, and I think you kind of take a step back and really look at the case, because if with any cases, I think you need to put yourself in those situations, and how can you make that rash decision? You try to make a decision at that quick moment with anything, in life and in general, with any quick reaction, quick move. You got to be on your feet. Are you really trained for all that? That's just not even just being a cop, just in anything else you're doing in life. If you have to deal with,
look at how many doctors are probably like,
oh yeah, prime example,
that position all the time.
Yeah, like something happens and I know it's the show, but like a Grey's Anatomy, we're watching that, and because they try to take
even
things
Grey's
in real
Anatomy,
life.
like what they had shown, or no, it wasn't Grey's Anatomy. It was New Amsterdam.
Mm-hmm.
It was like they brought the good and the bad guy in.
Mm-hmm.
The guy who just shot up the school or whatever it was.
Mm-hmm.
And as a doctor, your oath is to save that person's life.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't matter that he just killed 5 other people.
No.
Your thing is on the desk right there.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's just, being able to separate things.
Mm.
But I think we've dove into this too much.
Yeah. Anywho, well, you took me off topic because I really want to talk about these fireworks
that are out of control.
Yeah, and the reason why I complain about it, and I get it that people are saying, well, why are you complaining about it, or whatever it might be, it's not that big of a deal, fireworks. My complaint is the people that are saying don't make a big deal about it, then you come pay for my fence that I just got replaced, that I work hard for, because you're scaring the shit out of my dog, And if that dog, luckily, I think that dog is smart and dumb at the same time, but what if the dog got caught up in the fence or something like that? It got caught up and died. Now I gotta go out there and deal. Like it's the, like we were talking about the 4th of July situation. So we all know fireworks are gonna happen the 4th of July, right? So what do? We all make sure our dogs are safe and sound, and we know it's gonna happen. So we make sure that they're safe, right? So when it's unexpected and it's constantly going on throughout the days, and even it's going during the during the day, not even the night.
That's my pet peeve to start with,
yeah.
And you know that.
Yeah, well, that's the other thing is, dude, go get a job. Like,
did you see that thing your sister sent you?
What happened?
The meme about it.
What she said?
She sent a meme that said, looks like unemployment's handing out fireworks too. I was dying.
That is so true, though. Like, they must be giving out fireworks for unemployment because, dude, it's ridiculous how much fireworks are going off right now. And that's the only reason why I'm complaining is because
someone was like,
some of these dogs, dude, like, if you're a dog person,
but actually, like, think of it
or an animal person, sorry.
Think of it in a bigger aspect, because I had someone stop by today and they brought up the fireworks thing, and he was like, someone was like, oh, I think it's because, you know, they're canceling most fireworks shows for 4th of July, and I'm like, oh, heck no, this has been going on for a good month, you know, all times of day. And then the client was just like, yeah, my poor dog. And then he was
yeah, with the teeth being broken?
Oh, that's a whole nother story. This guy was today. He was like, oh, my poor dog. He's just all upset. And then he was like, man, it's taking me back to Vietnam. So, like, even outside of our animals, think of people who have PTSD. Like, fireworks going off at all hours. Yeah. I mean, the other night it woke Zeke and I up from bed, you know? So it's just ridiculous in all manners.
And the thing is shit, now you actually kind of, because there's, you know, with a lot of these military guys and stuff like that too as well, that have families, and you're saying, you know, so when that's going off, that's, you know, scaring them completely, and you don't know what they're going to do, and their mentality is going to change, and now they're thinking they're in the battlefield, and that's going to cause a chaos with them, because they might even, you know, go grab their gun and, you know, and act a certain way.
Yeah.
We're watching that movie, was it Mercy, and the guy had, he was from Vietnam, and he thought he was still in the war zone, and he blew up a house, and he felt so bad, and he's like, and this is like early stages of it that nobody knew about it. What people in the military were going through, and you know, they just never know what they're going through. And then the other thing is like, even with like Zeke, for example, 9-month-old baby, you know, and it goes off, and now you're scaring the crap out of him. So there's a lot of inconvenience factors that like people need to realize.
Even on top of all that, like, and I know this is like, it's been in like CNN, like it's across the country.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
But, you know, us specifically, Southern California, we're warming up for weather. We have all this dry brush. Like, people are setting these fireworks off and taking off. They're not letting to see to make sure they go out. Like, these are going to cause fires, you know? Like, people need to get over it. Yeah,
well, didn't you say that somebody lit a firework up here near the neighborhood in the dry shrubs and they just took off?
Yeah.
So, you know, it's a bunch of homes out here, man. Like, it's childish. You know, if you're going to do it responsibly, and, you know, just don't be a dumbass. Like, that's the thing and that's what's frustrating, because I think that separates a lot of these people right now that are arguing back and forth with certain things, and it's like, dude, just don't be stupid, you know? Like, I'm not trying to be a dick, and I'm not trying to, like, bring anybody down, but there's a way to do certain things, there's a way not to do certain things. The fireworks right now, you're doing them, you're not doing them right.
Fireworks at 2:00 in the afternoon that you can't even see.
Yeah, now you're, you know, creating a ruckus and stuff like that. So, but hey, you know, if you can forgive me a reason why you were doing fireworks at 2:00 in the morning or 2:00 in the afternoon, please let me know so I can be as stupid as you and stuff like that. Because it's just.
I think we should work on our name.
I don't really give it.
You've called them like 5 different names.
I don't really care, because they're freaking morons and stuff like that. You know, it goes back to common courtesy.